Three things that are guaranteed in life are death, taxes, and the NBA media overrating young superstar players. As when it comes to these guys who are 22, 23 years old, they'll be labeled the next one up and even the chosen one. And while some of these players are fantastic, them being compared to someone like Kobe Bryant, I find to be a tad much. As in the past 4 years alone, I've seen at least 4 or 5 different guys be labeled the next Kobe.
Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
I see in the making Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, MJ.
Stop it. Get some help.
And just to clarify, the young players being compared to Kobe, that is the worst thing that you could possibly do. As in our lifetime, the next 45, 50 years, I can guarantee you there will not be another player like Kobe Bryant. I mean, just of pure accolades, to be the next Kobe, at bare minimum, to be an 18-time All-Star and 12-time All-Defensive Player. Call me crazy, but those type of players aren't popping up left and right, no matter what the NBA media says. And to give you guys one more clip of just how crazy the Kobe comparisons are, look at this comparison nearly 7 years ago after Kobe retired.
Now that the era of the Mamba is officially over, we want to know which NBA superstar will be the next Kobe.
The name would be James Harden. He's every bit as explosive offensively as Kobe has been, and, he's playing the same position.
Just stand there in your wrongness and be wrong and get used to it.
I hope that clip right there gives some perspective of how delusional ESPN is. As James Harden, yes, James Harden, the strip club extraordinaire, honey bun enthusiast, was being called the next Mamba. Now, fast forward to present day, the guy getting MJ Kobe comparisons is Anthony Edwards. And look, it is bittersweet, because Ant Edwards is one of my favorite players in the entire NBA. His general attitude to the game, approach to the game, playing hard on both ends, I can definitely appreciate. But being called Kobe 2.0, the next MJ, at this point is a bridge too far. If you're going to be Kobe 2.0, that is at minimum 30,000 points, 5 championships, one of the greatest peaks in NBA history. Now, looking at Ant so far this year, being only 22 years old, he's had a fantastic season. And of course, last year he made his first All-Star game, and this year most likely will be starting in that game. Ant taking that leap from age 21 to 22 is undoubtedly impressive. But looking at someone like Kobe back in the day, him at age 22 was a top 5 player and head and shoulders above Anthony Edwards. I mean, look at the 0-1 playoffs. The NBA playoffs, he was averaging 29.4 points, 7.3 boards, 6.1 assists, nearly 2 steals on 47% shooting. A 22-year-old Kobe in the playoffs ranked 3rd in points, 6th in assists, 6th in steals, and 10th in rebounds. And to add the cherry on top, Kobe in 0-1 was a second-team All-Defensive performer. And look, when it comes to the 0-1 Lakers, of course, they won the championship, and they also had Shaq. But I'm not even talking about that. Forget the winning, forget the championships, forget Shaq. Kobe as an individual in the 0-1 playoffs was better than some all-time great players in their prime. For example, Tim Duncan in 05 compared to age 22 Kobe, averaged less points, less assists, shot worse in the field, worse from 3, and worse from the line. If you're going to say Ant Edwards is Kobe 2.0, can we at least wait who makes the playoffs and wins an actual series?
Pump your brakes, kid. That man's a national treasure.
And to hammer this point home once and for all, of course, the NBA in 01 was vastly different than the NBA in 2024, as teams nowadays are averaging 115.5 points, the highest since the 1970 season, and back in 01 only averaged 94.8, the 3rd lowest since the 1950s. If you're going to compare Kobe versus Ant Edwards at the exact same age, yes, you can look at the numbers, but keep in mind, averaging 29 points back in the day is more like 33, even 34 points in the modern NBA. And historically speaking, when a player gets compared to Kobe, there is really two extremes. Best case scenario, you're like Dwayne Wade, a top 20 player all time, multi-time champion. Worst case scenario, you're Andrew Wiggins, the Maple Mamba, who has a kind of iffy track record. Now, like I said earlier, when it comes to comparing an age 22 Ant Edwards to NBA legends, I don't think he's Kobe 2.0. If I had to make a comparison, I actually say he's more of a D-Wade type player. As looking at Wade and Edwards, both extremely physical, could drive the rock, pull up in the mid-range, and were great in the fourth quarters. And before D-Wade's injuries derailed him, his overall movements, fluidity, it was very Ant Edwards-esque. Again, just looking at stylistically Ant versus Dwayne Wade, I see more of a comparison than Ant versus Kobe.
You are correct, sir. Yes!
Now, speaking of styles, the modern NBA versus the past NBA, you do have to wonder, can there actually be a Kobe 2.0 in this league? As the way in age 22 Kobe dominated wasn't off threes or jacking shots from 35 feet. The way he did his damage was in the mid-range and around the basket. As an 0-1, ranked 5th in mid-range shots at 10.3 per game, and that very same year only took 2.9 threes. For the majority of score-first players in this league today, those two numbers are almost reversed. For some perspective, DeMar DeRozan is the NBA leader in mid-range attempts at barely under 7 per game. If you take DeMar DeRozan 2024, compare him to the 01 NBA, he would rank 29th in mid-range attempts. The game of basketball has changed so much, gone from basically attack the paint, attack the basket, dominate the mid-range, to nowadays shoot threes, step back threes, and everything is about the three.
Let it ride!
Looking at someone like Tatum, who gets Kobe comparisons, right now takes 8.4 threes per game. Edwards himself, 6.4, and Booker, 5.6. Those three guys right there get labeled as the next Kobe. Of course, I don't see it, don't believe that, but that's what they're called by some fans. And even them, their overall games where they score is vastly different than the Mamba. And still, looking at those three players, can I just ask one thing of the NBA media? If you're going to get called Kobe 2.0, the next chosen one, can I just request at least one championship from either of these players? I mean, Tatum made the finals in 2022, laid an egg. Booker in 2021 also made the finals, played great for half the series, then went AWOL. And of course, Ant himself hasn't even got his feet wet in the playoffs and hasn't won a playoff series to date. And funny enough, as I'm making this video, Ant Edwards vs. Oklahoma City just missed 2 crucial free throws in the fourth quarter. And look, what's going to happen? MJ 2.0, Kobe 2.0 is going to get clowned for doing that. So again, these comparisons of a young player to an NBA legend, it sets those guys up for absolute failure. In my lifetime, your lifetime, there will not be a Kobe 2.0. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.